Okay, if you say so. According to these rules, I'm supposed to hand out demerits for running in the hall.
Melanie Watson Bernhardt married in 1994, but just 2 years later, it was over. In this video, we're looking at the life of Melanie Watson Bernhardt, the actress who broke barriers on television and left us far too soon at just 57 years old. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Come and give him a demerit. Stop. He didn't stop.
Melanie Watson was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, a rare genetic condition commonly known as brittle bone disease. This condition causes bones to fracture extremely easily, and living with it meant Melanie faced challenges most of us could never imagine from the very moment she entered the world. Despite these obstacles, she refused to let her condition define her limitations. Instead, she turned what many would see as a disadvantage into her greatest strength, paving the way for disability representation in an era when Hollywood rarely acknowledged people with disabilities even existed. Her breakthrough came when legendary television producer Norman Lear specifically wrote a role just for her on the hit sitcom Diff'rent Strokes. Between 1980 and 1984, Melanie appeared in 4 episodes as Kathy Gordon, Arnold's friend who used a wheelchair. This wasn't just another guest spot on a popular show. This was groundbreaking television. At the time, disabled characters were almost non-existent on screen, and when they did appear, they were typically played by able-bodied actors. Melanie was one of the first disabled actors to authentically portray a disabled character on mainstream television. The show even dedicated an entire episode titled Kathy to her character in 1982, cementing her impact on the series. She also made appearances on Fantasy Island and The Baxters, though Diff'rent Strokes remained her most memorable work. But Melanie's career in front of the camera was short-lived. She stepped away from acting in the mid-1980s, and years later, she reflected on this decision with some regret. She admitted she hadn't fully understood what a gift it was to represent disability on television at such a critical time. She wished she had stayed in the business longer to continue that important work. However, leaving Hollywood didn't mean leaving her mission behind. Melanie redirected her passion into disability advocacy, founding an organization called Trainright. This nonprofit trained shelter dogs to become service animals for people with disabilities, combining her love for animals with her commitment to helping others live more independent lives. Her dedication to this cause was so profound that in 1996, she carried the Olympic torch through Los Angeles alongside her own service dog, Romer. By 2019, she had risen to become CEO of Kuafai's Ranch, another organization focused on empowering people with disabilities to live independently and thrive. Now about that marriage. In 1994, Melanie married Roger Bernhardt, but their union lasted only 2 years, ending in 1996. Details about the relationship remain private, and there's no public information about children or other romantic relationships throughout her life. Melanie kept her personal life largely out of the spotlight, choosing instead to focus her energy on her advocacy work. As for her net worth, there are no reliable public figures available. Given her limited acting career and her decades of work in the nonprofit sector, it's likely she lived modestly, prioritizing purpose over profit. Her wealth wasn't measured in dollars, but in the countless lives she touched through her advocacy and the barriers she broke down for future generations of disabled actors. On December 27, 2025, Melanie Watson Bernhardt passed away in Colorado Springs at the age of 57. She had been hospitalized after experiencing serious bleeding complications. Her brother Robert confirmed that doctors did everything possible, but given her lifelong battle with osteogenesis imperfecta, the family felt grateful she had lived as long as she did. Melanie's legacy lives on not just through her television appearances, but through every service dog that helps someone live more freely and every disabled actor who sees themselves represented on screen. She proved that disability wasn't a barrier to making history. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and share this video to keep her memory alive.